What up, guys? This is going to be a new type of video that I'm going to call What's Rad, and it's basically going to cover stories that I've either recently finished or I'm currently reading that I think are really cool and I just want to talk about. First one I'll mention is The Old Guard. This is book 2, volume 2 of the trade. It's the first trade was actually adapted into a Netflix movie. Actually says book 1 here was on Netflix. They actually took a little bit of info from book 2 here and put it into the movie. The movie's good, really good. The story's great. It's written by Greg Rucka and drawn by Leandro Fernandez. The art is very interesting. I love the gore. And like bullet wounds and people when they die in here. It looks amazing. The story is pretty much about a group of people who are pretty much immortal. They don't live forever, but when they die, they come back. They don't know why. They don't know for how long. At some point, they will die and not come back. And it could be their life for 100 years, 1,000 years, 10,000. Like, they don't know. They just die and they come back. And at some point, they will not come back. Really interesting concept. This book picks off right where the first one ended. Our main characters, at the end of the first book, one of our characters, Booker, kind of went against the group and kind of like was a traitor to them, and he has now been captured by the antagonist of this book, who is an immortal that was briefly mentioned in the first book, and now she's like the antagonist of this whole second one. And it's a great story. I don't want to give away too much. I mean, it's relatively new. And there's a huge twist at the end of this one. Our main character, Andy, she kind of has a revelation at the end of the book and kind of gives up on life and changes everything about herself, which I don't know how, I don't know if Andy would really do that. The character that I've known her for the first 9 stories of this, and then what she does at the end of this book is kind of jarring to me. I don't see Andy doing that. But book 3, I believe, is the last one of the series. At the end of this book, it says the old guard will return, but only one more time, or something along those lines. So I'm thinking trade volume 3 will be the last of this and finishing up. And I'll definitely, once they're all finished, do another video really talking about this story more in depth. Another one that's rad, Dune, House of Atreides. Not very good at all the crazy names and words and made up places in comics yet, but this is a great story. I got it actually in a Comic Tom 101 mystery mail call, and especially with it being a number 1, I definitely read it. And there's a Dune movie coming out soon with Zendaya starring in it, other great actors as well. Dune was a movie from a long time ago, and there's been multiple stories, comics written about it, but this is a 1 of 12. And after reading this one, I liked it a lot. It's great storytelling. The art is awesome. It really grabbed my interest. And after reading number 1, I went to the previews website and ordered 2, 3, and I believe 4 to my local comic shop, because those ones have been printed, so they'll get me extra copies of those, and then I'll be right on track and able to read 1 through 12 on this. Probably likely do a video on the whole 1 through 12 of this. Hopefully get it in a trade or hardcover one day when these are all done. And the last story to talk about that is rad, 3 Jokers. This 3 stories supposed to come out for like years supposedly, and they finally did, and now we had one every month for the last 3, and finally finished it up. And it's a great story. It looks beautiful. The art is amazing. Jason Fabok, it's drawn amazingly. I love how the characters are as well. I mean, the whole story is awesome. It's Black Label, but it would be awesome if it was like, it feels like it's in continuity and it's just written beautifully. Also, I mean, this last story came out last week, so I don't want to get into too many details about it, but I think it's an interesting approach with the three Jokers thing, and then how they handle it at the end of the very first book. One of those Jokers is gone, and yeah, it's kind of hard not to get into spoilers, but it was a great story. You should definitely check it out. I know there's an oversized hardcover coming out of it, I believe, at the end of this month, at the end of November, or maybe in the start of December, that will actually collect all three stories. You could get it through that, or if not, maybe go and try to find your way to get each singular issue. But I definitely recommend the story. I'm hoping to sell these individual ones and get the hardcover to collect it like that. But Three Jokers was great. It was the criminal, the comedian, and the clown were the three different Jokers. It's a really fun story. Joker has been very central in Batman stories the last month or so with Three Jokers and then Joker War. But Three Jokers was just great all around. Storytelling, the art, the ending. It's definitely made my list for What'sRadd. But yeah, that's kind of what I've been reading the last week or so, new books wise. And I got a new comic book day book video coming out probably in 2 days, this Thursday. So hopefully I'll catch you guys then, and see you later.